Hello again. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I cannot help noticing that people seem to be getting awfully muddled up these days about the difference between what we feel, what we think, and what is actually true. To illustrate this point, I show in the thumbnail to this video a man called Ted Parrott Man, formerly Ted Richards of Bristol. He identifies as a parrot and has had his ears surgically removed so that his body might be more closely aligned to the mental image he has of himself. Now, I have not the least objection to people changing their name to Parrot, having feathers tattooed on their face and their ears chopped off. Why would I? I would even offer this chap a hazelnut or sugar cube or whatever it is that parrots like, and I wouldn't dream of mis-speciesing him. He feels that he is a parrot, and for all I know to the contrary, actually believes that this is so. However, he is manifestly not a parrot. His feelings clash with objective reality, and that's all there is to it. I thought of Ted Parrott Man when I read in the Times about Kathleen Stock, who has been forced out of Sussex University because she is a lesbian. That this could happen in the 21st century is quite appalling. On November the 3rd, the Times reported as follows. An academic who resigned from the University of Sussex after she was branded a transphobe by students has told how she fled the campus hyperventilating when she saw posters vilifying her. Kathleen Stock, a professor of philosophy, made the revelation in her first interview since leaving her post last week after being subjected to a campaign of bullying and harassment by students. In recent weeks, they had paraded banners through the city calling for her dismissal while wearing balaclavas. Stock, 48, believes people cannot change their biological sex and opposes reforms which make it easier for trans people to change gender. Do you see what they did there? Stock believes that people cannot change their biological sex. Well, no, that's not a belief at all. That is a fact. People may well believe that they belong to the opposite gender, just as Ted Parrott Man believes that he is really a parrot. Perhaps they feel that they should belong to the opposite gender. That's certainly a feeling which I respect. But when Kathleen Stock says that people cannot change their biological sex, it is not a belief at all. It is an undeniable fact. Somebody whose biological sex is male can certainly arrange to be castrated. It's also possible to have the penis split in half and then turned inside out and inserted into a newly formed body cavity to give the appearance of a vagina. All this is routinely done. Such a person may also take female hormones. Great. None of this will affect biological sex. That is to say that the person will still have XY chromosomes, as all male bodies do. Mutilating a body cannot actually change biological sex. Whoever wrote that piece for the Times, and I give a link to it in the description to this video, is confused about what a belief is. It is a different thing entirely from a fact. Kathleen Stock is a lesbian, which is to say a woman who is in a relationship with another woman. She believes that biological males, whatever their feelings and beliefs, cannot become women by wishing hard and taking hormones or having themselves castrated. She says there's a difference between such people and women, and she's perfectly right about this. The reason that she was hounded from her job as a lecturer at the university is because it was claimed that holding such a view, that is to say that as a lesbian, believing that men and women are different and preferring women to men, means that she must hate transsexuals. This is nuts. I'm sure that she doesn't hate any trans people at all, any more than I do. Like Professor Stock, I recognise that there are biological differences between men and women. I'm perfectly happy for a man to dress as a woman and have his body surgically altered to approximate that of a woman, and I will address such a person by the preferred name and pronoun. But to suggest that there is no difference between a person with XY chromosomes who has been castrated and somebody with XX chromosomes who has never had a penis in the first place is stretching reality beyond breaking point. I think that this confusion between what is a fact and what is a feeling or a belief is at the root of a lot of problems in modern society. We can see what happens if this gets out of hand. A lesbian who is also an ardent feminist is driven from her job and accused of hate crimes. Terrible state of affairs.